Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Diary of a Mystic, doing a reading today on the next 6-month outlook of possibilities or outcomes surrounding Nicole Kessinger. I'm going to be using 2 tarot decks, and I will be shuffling and performing the reading on camera. This will be a outlook or look into the possibilities of potential future events going forward for the next 6 months, for the months of April, May, June, July, August, and September. So I'm going to shuffle on camera. We're going to lay out the cards together. I'm using 2 decks. This is beginning with the Fool card. At the bottom, I always begin my readings beginning with the Fool card. The Fool card is symbolic and of course indicates new beginnings. So I always begin with the Fool card when I'm doing my readings. So I'm going to start with this one first. And do a 6-month potential outlook surrounding the events of Nicole Kessinger, what's to possibly come in the next 6 months regarding NK for April, May, June, July, August, and September 2019. What's to come about surrounding the events of Nicole Kessinger for the next 6 months. I'm getting the date of June 3rd, 2019. That may be significant, either before, on, or after surrounding that day. Also, the words flow of opportunity. So something is not being rushed. There's a flow, and they're telling me opportunity. I split my decks in 3s. Let's lay out these cards for April, May, June, July, August, and September. Okay. Shuffle this deck. What's come about with the potential outlook or events in the next 6 months surrounding NK. I don't read my cards reversed. I read them upright. And that's how I've been reading them for the last 26 years. And I taught myself how to read the tarot in 1993, and I chose not to read reversals. So I do read my cards upright in my readings. There's many ways to shuffle. This is the way that I shuffle. I don't do the, you'll see many readers take the deck and split them, kind of like playing cards. I don't do that because I don't like to bend my cards. So this is how I shuffle. Let's do one more time. If the camera's shaking, I apologize. Okay, split this in threes. So what I'm doing is I'm getting clarification as well as more added information. Try to pull this back so you can see the whole entire spread. So beginning with April and looking at the cards themselves, we have 2 active months going forward in April and May. I'm picking up, especially going forward in April and May, on these 2 sides. We have the Knight of Cups, which is movement. This is also movement in terms of using emotion to entertain something. So there could be either an invitation to speak to her, or there also could be rule with the Hierophant, which is very much about higher institution. This is higher wisdom. There could also be information that's coming in the month of April that is being offered. So the Knight of Cups is more of an offering. Typically, traditionally, it's in the sense of romantic offerings, but the Knight of Cups is direction, movement, but it's typically an offering. Okay, there could be an offering of information that comes forward in the month of April that is giving or serving the purpose of higher wisdom, meaning more information. This also could be coming in the sense of protocol, rules as well. So there's some format that possibly the authorities are having to follow, or there's protocol that they're having to follow. This is movement. So there's an offering, or there also could be offerings of more information that's coming in. Okay, with the Knight of Cups energy. And the Hierophant speaks of higher wisdom, but also very much attached to authority in the sense of having to follow rules or protocol. Okay? So this is in the month of April. So there's definite movement, there's direction. May comes in and looks a bit different. We have a court card, we have the Queen of Cups, we have the Knight of Swords next to her. In May, there could be a possibility of drama, either coming from NK herself. Now, the Queen of Cups is very much represented traditionally as being a water sign female, meaning Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. However, it doesn't necessarily have to be so. But she's one who is also a mother. So the Queen of Cups could also indicate, I'm picking up on Chris Watts' mother. There could be some form of out of the blue direction or movement coming from her. The Knight of Swords is once again movement, direction, but in the sense of being very aggressive and being very assertive. There also could be some type of drama going on in the month of May surrounding this queen. This also could indicate, because I'm open to possibilities here, of this representing NK, this also representing quick movement. The Knight of Swords comes in, stirs things up. Okay, it's very abrupt. It's also indicative of drama coming from this queen. There could be potentials in the month of May, especially if the Watts family has been silent, for them to come forward, especially the mother in the month of May, to have a aggressive or abrupt reaction or statement or interview, and then suddenly it's over. So there's a bit of conflict and drama coming in the month of May surrounding this queen. Could be mother type energies, okay, but it also could be indicative of NK. There's only one court card that's a female in this reading. So this also could be something surrounding NK in the month of May. The Knight of Swords can also be very much about out of the blue actions, aggression, assertiveness. It comes in as well as being very bold in its action. So there's movement going forward in the next 2 months. So April and May really shows me that there's some type of protocol, movement, direction, offering, and then May comes in and it's a bit of surrounding NK's energy. This could be something that is quick. So it could be a quick, brief moment where either she's potentially brought in for more questioning, something's abrupt and something's quick surrounding the events of May. Also keep in mind, this could also indicate something surrounding his mother, where she comes out, she makes another dramatic interview, she does something assertive or blunt or aggressive, okay, because this is also surrounding mother energies. So June comes in. We have the Three of Cups and the Ten of Swords. So this typically can indicate beginnings of some kind. This is on the opposite end, which is finality. So any type of beginning or any type of celebratory time that may be had in the month of June in terms of beginnings that are founded on any new information that comes out. There's also a sense of finality with that. This could also indicate betrayal, backstabbing. So there seems to be, it's almost as if someone's playing the other person to get information. So there could be tactics that perhaps, if she is being investigated, that they're having to use to formulate a bond or trust with her, kind of in the sense that the investigators did with the CW interview back in February, establishing that trust, that rapport with him to get information. But at the same time, there's betrayal surrounding that because it's not based on actual relationship. Okay, there's a need to pull out information. There's a need to pull out information from formulating a relationship with a certain person. This also could be an outside person that they're pulling information out of, okay, that is turning their back on NK. Do you see where I'm going with this? So there's a relationship here that is very much backed up with feelings of betrayal, backstabbing, ending, finality. So someone whom she could have had a relationship with, friendship, may come forward and provide more information. This also could be coming from CW's family. I'm still picking up on his mother. So April, May, this is June. So June, I came up with June 3rd while shuffling, and here we have a 3. So there could be some correlation with that date, possibly, but something's turning to where a formulation of trust, friendship, bond that either she had with someone or the authorities are trying to establish perhaps with her is not based on, of course, trust. It's based upon getting information, and there may be feelings of finality, maybe feelings of betrayal associated with this. And this may be where in June things really come about. Okay? So July, August, September looks to be a bit different in its energies. This is kind of building. It's, to me, it looks like steps. It's building. We're stepping up. April, May, June, and it's starting to build. Okay? So July, August, September looks a little different. Here we come in with July. The King of Cups is here. We have the Three of Coins. This is cooperation. The King of Cups could also indicate a male in all of this. The King of Cups is traditionally associated with water signs, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio again, but he's the father. He's the father. There may be more questioning towards CW's parents. Or his father may come forward, or NK's father may come forward in the month of July. There's cooperation here. Somebody's cooperating. Okay, there's a Three of Coins is very much about rebuilding. So in terms of rebuilding, going forward is very much also about cooperation, but taking your time to rebuild, either rebuilding charges, either rebuilding more on the case. There's some formulation here. This could be father energies attached to this, either from her father, but I'm also picking up something going on with his mother and father. So July comes in with cooperation, rebuilding, but also taking their time. Okay? That's July. Let me move my camera over. So August comes in. We have another court card, the King of Swords, different kind of energy, and the Five of Cups. King of Swords typically, traditionally, is in the tarot deck. It's associated with air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But the King of Swords, his characteristics, he's the strategizer. He's the general. Somebody, this also could represent attorneys. This also could represent lawyers, attorneys, legal team. He's the strategizer. So August comes in, and someone who definitely has a strategy and is using more of a looking at facts, looking at things logically. Okay? There's something that, to me, is bringing about, unfortunately, more of a loss or more of a heartbreak. And this is in August, so this is a year later after the events. So there's still, of course, obviously there's still going to be heartbreak and sorrow and pain. But this person, and the King of Swords to me is kind of like the general in the tarot deck, because he comes forward and he has a master plan. He's a strategizer, okay? There could be something that is either brought out or expressed. This also, with the Five of Cups, can indicate loss. Okay? This also could indicate regret, shame, loss, but something's very much associated or tied into the King of Swords either validating something surrounding this case in the month of August. And the King of Swords can be law enforcement, it can be attorneys, it can be legal team. So it's represented by the element of air, which is communication, very much about the mind, things to do with your mentality, okay, communication, writing, speaking, etc. So September comes in, and the Page of Swords is very much about gossip. So when I see the Page of Swords, it tells me there's gossip, there's rumors, there's spying. So there could be, with the Seven of Pentacles next to this, he's looking at the Page of Swords. They may have, at this point, have been watching her for the last 7 months. So we're in the month of March. They may have started watching her in January. They also may have started back in December. So they've been watching or spying on her, or they've been keeping a close eye on her. So when I say they, I'm meaning the authorities, potentially the CBI, FBI, the law enforcement in Weld County, the DA. They've been keeping a close watch on her. It's almost like an investment. So this is very much about investments. They've invested in something, especially when we go into September. This is looking back over the last 7 months. So this is a great indicator of spying. This is a great indicator of watching. They've looked through a lot of evidence, rumors. They're watching videos. They're watching, perhaps they're in chat rooms looking at people's theories. They're spying. There also could be social media spying. So they're gathering information, okay? There's some form of weeding out, of course, rumors, gossip, etc. So there has been, in September, this validates to me that they have been watching or investigating this for the last 7 months from September. So going back from September, okay, would be January or February. Could also be earlier than that. So there seems to be, going in the next 6 months from the reading, a feeling of direction and also a feeling of someone coming forward, feelings of betrayal, either NK, something dramatic surrounding her in May. This also could indicate CW's mother, and then cooperation coming from an individual, probably most likely a male. Sometimes the kings and queens can indicate male or female, but this is like a father figure. And this person's cooperating. So this is going into the month of July. But there's some type of finality in June. So going back to the date of June 3rd, the Ten of Swords, depending on different cards that are placed to it, can also indicate imprisonment. But this to me is very much about backstabbing. Somebody's coming forward that perhaps had a relationship with her that may provide more information, but they're turning their backs on her. This also could be coming from CW himself. If they are to talk to him again, I'm not picking up on that, but there's some form of backstabbing. This also could be indicative of relationships that she had with someone that may know information that is coming forward. So there seems to be, from what I'm picking up on, 3 different people. The attorneys coming up, father figures coming up, she's coming up, drama surrounding her, but they're watching her. So the Seven of Pentacles is looking back over this reading, and this is watching. This is the investment of something that is long term. The Page of Swords for my studies is gossip. This could be spying, okay? This can even be indicative of stalking in some cases. So this is the 6-month outlook potential surrounding the events of NK going forward for the next 6 months, for the months of April, May, June, July, August, September 2019. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you're following this case, of course, many of us still are, and many of us still have questions to her involvement. So thank you so much for watching. Stay blessed, and I'll speak to you soon.